Okay, I don't know what episode, podcast, whatever. I lost count of what episodes, but here, you can introduce yourself.
Yo, my name is Jermaine Daly. Y'all can find me on Facebook. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Twitter under that name. That'd be Jermaine, Jermane, Daly, Dailey. That's how you can find me online. So I got my own thing going, but things not up and running just yet. But you know, it's getting there. It's getting there. So I'm right now kicking in with Tevin right here, my homeboy. Yeah, I know how it is. Man, what you got, man?
I don't know. What do you want to talk about? Because yeah, like it's up to you. Whatever you want to talk about.
I've been checking out some of what's the name? OJ Duke Jackson's videos. I've actually been checking out a lot of his videos, a lot of Ringo TV Raw videos. You know, the brothers they got, you know, what they call it in the manosphere type videos and stuff like that. You know, they got different things going on, stuff like that. Thing is, I think one of the videos I just saw with OJ Duke Jackson, he was talking about how Tyrese, you know, actually married a
Ecuadorian / or half Ecuadorian, half Jamaican chick.
Yeah. Thing is, he was talking about how a lot of chicks, you know, black chicks didn't like that. But here's one thing while watching the video I noticed is the fact that like he had said in the video, like, you know, if it was a dude that was dating an ugly chick of another race, they don't care about it. But they talking about a chick that looks better than them, that they do care. Because that's actually my experience I had a couple of years back, where with this, I was staying up in New Jersey, and it was this one chick, she's from East New York, light-skinned chick, you know, half Jamaican, half Guyana. Well, there was this other chick, you know, that I met. She was actually half Trinidadian and half Venezuelan. Fine chick.
That's a cool ass combination.
Oh, it definitely was. Man. She was fine to tell you. Thing is, you know, the chick, you know, the first chick noticed that the other chick was giving me more attention, and she started saying in a joking way, you know, like, she's jealous. And I was thinking, like, why are you jealous? You already turned me down, so why are you upset that a chick that looks better than you is actually giving me more attention than you would?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I do think that, but no. For example, I don't think it's necessarily like this. I think it's just strictly based on race when it comes down to black females. Because, for example, one of my ex-girlfriends, whatever, like we broke up a long time ago, whatever, and then I got with my other ex-girlfriend, whatever. Anyway, she's Middle Eastern. Like one of my ex-girlfriends is Middle Eastern. The first chick I was talking about, she's a light-skinned black chick.
Yeah.
So how did they go down? So when I guess pictures on Facebook surfaced of me and her dating, me and a Middle Eastern chick dating, whatever, I got a text or I see my ex somewhere, whatever. We're just hanging out. I guess we're trying to be friends, whatever. But she kept bringing up my current or ex-girlfriend at the time, whatever, saying, oh, so you after we get over, you're going to go out with me, you're going to go out with this ugly chick, whatever. I'm like, okay. I mean, I personally think the Middle Eastern chick, my ex-girlfriend, she's pretty, you know, personally think that, whatever. But yeah, she insulted her, so I'm not sure if, like, it's beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. So I personally think my ex-girlfriend is pretty. I'm not sure if other people think so, but usually when people insult other people, they're either jealous or that's probably a fact. So I don't know which one it is. I personally think my ex-girlfriend is pretty, or she probably not pretty to other people and whatever. I don't know, but I think it's based on race. I think anytime a black guy dates outside of his race, he gets ridiculed.
Yeah, but the conversation we had not too long ago, man. Like, we both know what happened, you know, like. We both had our experiences with black women. We know how we get shut down, stuff like that, because they always chasing what a lot of these brothers. Yeah, thugs were brothers called these dirty dick Rodney type brothers. that's what they call them, dirty dick Rodney, Joe. I feel
bad because my dad's name is Rodney, by the way.
Well, I mean to talk about is that well your pop's excluded from this. He's excluded, but for real, but yeah, that's what they do. They date those types of dudes, but. They would turn brothers like us down, but they get mad when they see us with women of different races. It's that saying, yo, like, go where you appreciate it and don't be staying where you're not appreciated.
Yeah. So like, it's simple as that. I don't even, like, I figured out a long time ago. I think we even had this conversation, I think I said this to you like weeks ago, that I knew in the future, ever since I was a kid, I knew I would never, like, I'm not married right now, whatever, but I knew I would never be like strictly dating black females. I knew that ever since I was a kid. when I was a kid growing up in Brooklyn, like majority of females I was around were obviously black females, and then a sprinkle of Puerto Ricans, and then even less Dominicans or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew I wasn't going to stay strictly in my race, and I was okay with that.
You know, I was kind of like that when I was younger. As I got older, I started focus more on black women, but I noticed that I won't get nowhere. I mean, if I tell about my experience with black women, most people ask me like, "Bro, why you still dating them?" You know, you have no luck. But the interesting thing about it, I have met black women who had same type of experience with black men. You know, they're not ratchet or hood, nothing like that. They have the same negative experience with black men, so they start dating men of other races. And like a close friend of mine a couple years back, if our situation between me and her was different, we actually probably would have been married by now. But thing is, we was in two different locations. We kind of met online and stuff like that. I was living in New Jersey. She was living in Maryland. But by then, she kind of stopped talking to black dudes because she said every black dude she met she had a negative experience with. So she started dating Puerto Rican. Now she's married to one.
Damn.
Yeah. She a fine woman, too. I'm telling you, man.
Damn, the one that got away.
Yeah,
You know what? And speaking of that, I can't lie, because when I was a teenager, like it was, I was trying to, and I guess that's where I was saving on what to say for a later subject, whatever. But I feel like I kind of failed in life because I was most of my attention was always chasing girls, whatever. Which is really bad. Don't ever chase girls. Chase the money, but don't necessarily chase it. Just whatever. Anyway, that's a subject for a later time. But anyway, one of my adventures of trying to get a female, I think I was, one of my friends, Vincent. He knew this girl who he said, "Oh man, you should date this chick I know who's similar like you." And everybody, for some reason, everyone I'm cool with up until whatever. Even new people I meet, they always ask me, "Why do I speak white?" or "I'm an Oreo," or whatever. I grew past that. I don't really care if someone says to me. It's kind of still insulting, but it doesn't really affect me that much anymore. But anyway, my friend Vincent, we first became friends by the time. He was like, "Hey man, you're like an Oreo, whatever, cool." I have this other chick who people call Oreo, named Gladys. So he's like, "I'm gonna try to." I was like, "Hey, give me her number." Like trying to introduce me. He's like, "Okay, whatever." So it was like going for months, whatever. He, I think he brought up like a couple times, whatever, and I would always ask him about her, whatever. He would just like, whatever. Anyway, long story short, eventually, I think he introduced me to her one time, whatever. And even before that, the second time he mentioned her, he said, "Oh man, sorry, she doesn't date black guys." I was like, "What?" I mean, I don't know if I said this to him directly, whatever. Basically, in my head, I was saying, "Well, I'm an Oreo, so I mean, I'm not the stereotypical black or whatever. So I mean, I think we should be a good match, whatever." But now, like I'm older, I realize, like, yeah, like I understand why she doesn't date black guys, because she, even at a young age, she was getting dicked over by freaking black dudes.
Yeah, like. See, the thing is, a lot of these brothers out here that's like that, they're making bad for everybody else. Next thing you know, you got men such as us, we feel like we being judged by a stereotype we didn't even create.
Yeah.
And it's like, every day I wake up, that's in the back of my mind, even being judged by black women based on these stereotypes about black men. So, and really, it's aggravating, really.
It is.
It is. Feel like you constantly, you have to kind of prove yourself not to be that. Then growing up just like you, man, I was told by a lot of my family members, like, I talk like a white boy, this and that. And that really, felt like, when I was younger, they told me that. It's like, I felt like they were building a barrier between me and really the entire race. It's almost like you kind of pushing me out in the entire race.
I didn't think about it like that. Yeah, it's weird, though, because, when I was growing up, and it was like, It wasn't even. You can't even say that it's because I moved down to Virginia from Brooklyn that it happened. I've been speaking this way. I had a lot more slang when I was younger, but I pretty much spoke this way ever since I was born. Ever since I could speak. I just cleaned up a lot of I curse a lot more though. So, but anyway, but yeah, like one of my favorite aunts, she used to say, like, "Why do you talk white?" or something. I forgot the exact term she said. And that always did affect me. Mm-hmm. And then when I started being around my dad's mom, my grandma more often, she'd always be proud of me because of the way I speak. Like, she would always big up the way I speak. Yeah. And it made me feel proud to be who I was. And I'm not saying anything negative towards my aunt, even though that wasn't a negative thing she said. It just kind of annoyed me. It kind of affected me in a negative way. So, like I said, I started being around my grandmother a lot more. and that made me feel like more confident about the way I speak. And it's terrible that we got to go through that. We don't have to speak in slang and terrible, saying the N word 15 times in one sentence.
Yeah,
it's stupid.
And not only that, you know, I mean, same way you felt with your grandma, I was like that with me with my my father's side of the family. See, I don't know how it is with most black families, but I know that in my family, you have my mom's side, which like they act all good on ratchet and stuff. You know, my pop's side of the family, they was like
civilized.
Yeah. Much. So I took most of my characteristics out his side of the family, even though most of them was older and was a lot more than the mother's side. Yeah, but yeah, a lot of the comments I got from my own sisters, even some of my cousins, but none from my father's side, all from my mother's side.
Yeah, I never got that comment from my. I think my older brother did mention at one time we were like young, but it wasn't like to a. I forgot what he said, but it wasn't like it didn't jar me that much. It was like a small little blip in my entire life, in my entire memory that I remember him saying something wrong with the way I speak. Minus I do mumble sometimes, whatever, so you can't really fully understand what I'm saying. But he did say something I forgot. But I never really had it from my immediate family. It was always like people, like I said, my aunt, my grandma, some of my other, maybe like one or two cousins, whatever. But that's about it. Like I never. But both sides of my family, like I don't know. I understand what you're saying because even when one of my close friend Matt, he tells me something similar. Like one side of his family, I think his mom's side are like bougie, and then his dad's side are like not ratchet, but they're like kind of mellow, like down to earth, but kind of ratchet, like somewhere in between. Yeah. But my family, I guess they're like spread out, like they're like both. They have equal on both sides. They have like the civilized. I don't want to say air quotes. I don't like using the word civilized because no one. Humans aren't civilized. If you want to, never mind. That's a subject for another time. But for now, I would just use the word civilized and ratchet and somewhere in between. Like both sides of my family, my mom and dad's side, they have a fusion of all three of those things inside the family.
I wish my family was set up like that. It was one side, it was one extreme on the other. On my family, man, it's crazy.
That is. I mean, but yeah, I agree with you. For the most part, whenever I speak to like my friends and like even ex-girlfriends, they would tell me about their family, and for the most part, it's usually either mom's side of the family is, as they say, ratchet or savage, and then vice versa for the dad's side. I don't know why it's always like that, but luckily,
I thought it was just my family like that.
I hear that a lot of times, so I was like, because when people started telling me that, I was like, that's weird, because my family isn't like that. It's spread out through different personalities. That is a really interesting thing. I mean, and like I was telling you yesterday, there was a movie that came out last year, starring Marcus Houston from Immature and Omarion's older brother. He starred in this movie with Karuchi, Chris Brown's ex-girlfriend, which pretty much it's the same thing. If they unite their families and they have kids, this will happen. Marcus Houston's parents, ghetto ratchet stereotypes as all hell. Compared to Karuchi's characters' parents, they're actually bougie. They're not like civilized. They're bougie as hell. Let me see. It's less. It's not. They're not bougie as hell. They're pretty bougie. I'm getting confused with another movie I've seen a few years ago called Peoples. You ever heard of that movie?
I don't remember that one.
It stars Craig, the dude, the black dude from The Office. I was Craig. I always forget his last name.
I'll have to look that up when I get a chance.
Yeah, you'll know. He's with the Judd Apatow, Seth Rogen crew for the most part. The only black guy there, obviously. And every time you see him, he's playing a piano or singing a song. Sorry, being stereotypical to that point, only for the entertainment wise, but for the most part, he's not really a stereotypical person. Anyway, he starred in that movie along with David Alec Greer and what is her name? The chick that plays in. Kerry Washington, I believe Kerry Washington's that's his significant other. Anyway, the movie basically is they're going to it's a better version of this movie that with Marcus Houston and Karuchi. Anyway, he's going to meet her parents. Her dad is Mr. Peoples, David Allen Greer's character, and he is super bougie, and I think he's a lawyer or something like that. I never finished the movie, whatever, because whatever. But anyway, that's a stereotypical right there. That's a stereotype right there. We, like you said yesterday, we're either super bougie or super ghetto. We're never in between for some reason.
Yeah, that's how we get judged. Even women judged like that. I mean, I'm starting thinking some cases, even other races might be judged black men the same way. Either you're what black women refer to as thugs or lames. Like there's no in between.
Mm-hmm.
They don't. It's like they don't got no risk, no like understand like